What's going on, good people? Glad you could join us for another segment of the Indie Red Tails Black History Moment. My name is Dion Penix, and today's topic is about the Transatlantic Slave Trade. And with that being said, let's get into it.
The transatlantic slave trade is unique within the universal history of slavery for three main reasons. Its duration, approximately 4 centuries, those victimized, Black African men, women, and children, and the intellectual legitimization attempted on its behalf, the development of an anti-Black ideology and its legal organization, the notorious Code Noir. As a commercial and economic enterprise, the slave trade provides a dramatic example of the consequences resulting from particular intersections of history and geography. It involves several regions and continents: Africa, America, the Caribbean, Europe, and the Indian Ocean. The transatlantic slave trade is often regarded as the first system of globalization. According to French historian Jean-Michel Deveau, the slave trade, and consequently slavery, which lasted from the 16th to the 19th century, constitutes one of the greatest tragedies in the history of humanity in terms of scale and duration. The transatlantic slave trade was the biggest deportation in history and a determining factor in the world economy of the 18th century. Millions of Africans were torn from their homes, deported to the American continent, and sold as slaves. The transatlantic slave trade, often known as the triangular trade, connected the economies of 3 continents. It is estimated that between 25 to 30 million people, men, women, and children, were deported from their homes and sold as slaves in the different slave trading systems. In the transatlantic slave trade alone, the estimate of those deported is believed to be approximately 17 million. These figures exclude those who died aboard the ships and in the course of wars and raids connected to the trade. The trade proceeded in 3 steps. The ships left Western Europe for Africa, loaded with goods which were to be exchanged for slaves. Upon their arrival in Africa, the captains traded their merchandise for captive slaves. Weapons and gunpowder were the most important commodities, but textiles, pearls, and other manufactured goods, as well as rum, was also in high demand. The exchange could last from 1 week to several months. The second step was the crossing of the Atlantic. Africans were transported to America to be sold throughout the continent. The third step connected America to Europe. The slave traders brought back mostly agricultural products produced by the slaves. The main product was sugar, followed by cotton, coffee, tobacco, and rice. The circuit lasted approximately 18 months. In order to be able to transport the maximum number of slaves, the ship's steerage was frequently removed. Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, England, and France were the main triangular trading countries.
All right, that wraps up another segment of the Indie Red Tails Black History Moment. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, applied knowledge is power. Thank you guys for watching.